this is it. The world as you know it is over, completely done. It's not about to be over, it's over.
Some of the scientists who helped build AI are now sounding the alarm.
I was selling AI as a great thing for decades, and I was wrong.
There is a longer-term existential threat that will arise when we create digital beings that are more intelligent than ourselves. We have no idea whether we can stay in control.
While others say that AI will usher in unfathomable abundance.
I've always believed that it's going to be the most important invention that humanity will ever make.
This really will be a world of abundance.
And among these fears and these fantasies, we seek the story of our future. Listen to The Last Invention on Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the TJ Show. My wife Jess and I are heading out of town, and we need to find a boarding place for our dog Frankie because she's a nut job. And
she needs somewhere to stay. TJ.
Yeah, she's a puppy, and so we reached out to this place that's local in our area. And Kelly, is that you?
Yeah.
So you run this really cool dog boarding place, and I love the kind of place you have because it's like a barn, and the animals all hang out with one another. And it seems like all the dogs have a very good time together.
Yes, I hope so. That's my goal.
No, I love it. And, your daughter helps out and everything. It's really nice. But anyway, the reason I wanted to get you on the radio is because we learned something about one of the animals on your farm. You guys have a cat. It's a little orange cat named Hoodie.
Yep.
And, we feature the biggest stories in animal headlines around here quite often. I think this is a local story that needs headline attention. Hoodie is such a bold, tabby cat that he's been known to sneak into people's cars when they drop off their dog. And think about how long your door is open. That's a very sneaky cat.
Quick cat, too.
Yeah, very quick. It sneaks into the car. And on multiple occasions, your clients have called you and said, hey, we have your cat.
He is quite famous for that, yes.
And so what is it? Is he just living his best life? Is he down for an adventure? Why does he just trust getting into your random clients' cars? And how does it happen so often?
He has always just been such an outgoing, personable cat. Like we always said, he's our, fifth dog that I have.
The best cats are always compared to dogs. Yes. Have you noticed that?
Uh-huh.
So, and I mean, even UPS drivers will hop in the truck and they're like, whoa, wait. So, I mean, he's going on about 12 now. So, and he's been doing this for quite some time.
He's like a ride hitching cat.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And he loves it here. So I don't know why his purpose of doing that is.
He just wants to see the world. But how did Hoodie get his name?
Hoodie came from an Amish farm. My two sons and I, we stopped there just to see, it was our neighbor, and we hear this little meow meow, and out comes this orange tabby cat, not even a pound, and climbed up my son's leg, climbed up on his shoulder, and went to sleep in his hood the whole time we were at
Can you imagine?
the farm.
This cat has been trying to get trips from the beginning. Okay?
Yeah, it's a Voyager.
Yes.
I told you, it was a special cat. And so ever since we met Hoodie, my kids can't stop talking about him. And they love the story of Hoodie because he really is this adventurous little animal.
Curious.
He really is. We should write a book.
Oh my goodness, I was just thinking
Yes.
That'd be a great children's book.
Yeah, what about a kid's book? That's great.
The Adventures of Hoodie, yes.
Yes.
Well, Kelly, listen, thank you for coming on the show to talk about Hoodie. Now, more and more people can know the legend of Hoodie, the cat.
Well, thank you for calling.
Yeah. Did Hoodie get to hang out with my Frankie at all?
He's very, inquisitive with the dogs, but, he'll only get so close, and then he knows where he should stay.
Kelly, you're the best. We appreciate you coming on.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Take care.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Sometimes when I read the news, it feels like we're in a cartoon sometimes. Like, the most creative ways to create division are happening right before our eyes. I'm going to give you another example of this. Brad Reese, a 70-year-old dude, he's the grandson of H.B. Reese, who you may recognize as the inventor of the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
Nice.
He has publicly criticized the Hershey Company for altering recipes of Reese's products. Now, I thought this was very interesting because I know you're a mega fan of Reese's.
I loves them.
Kenny, I think it's your favorite candy.
Of all time, I have so many Reese's for Valentine's Day, for my birthday. I've been eating Reese's every day all month.
So he's claiming, this is Brad, the grandson, that Hershey is replacing milk chocolate with compound coatings, whatever that is, and the peanut butter with peanut butter crème in many products, which he believes harms the brand's quality and legacy, and he cares because his grandpa invented it.
In other words, it's not in its natural. Like they're not using natural ingredients, is what I'm understanding.
Yeah, which makes me sad. Have you guys noticed a difference in taste?
I've noticed a difference in size, and I noticed a difference in taste like years ago.
Kenny?
Honestly, I haven't noticed.
You haven't noticed.
How long has this been going on?
He eats too many of them.
I shove them down.
I don't know. I mean, it seems like for some years,
That's what I'm saying.
he wrote a letter to Hershey's corporate brand manager. They've responded, and they say, formula changes are made carefully with consumer testing and designed to maintain the brand's taste profile. Well, the taste profile, is it still there? Mm-mm. No, you don't like it? Okay, well, maybe you should join Brad.
Yeah, I agree with him.
I still love my Reese's.
Okay. Brad Reese says many consumers believe Reese's products don't taste as good as before and calls for innovation that preserves quality. Now, the thought that comes to mind for me is many years ago, I was in a grocery store in Charlestown, Massachusetts. So that's Boston. And they had a little table set up there, and it was a brand called Justin's Peanut Butter Cups. Have you seen those?
Yep, I've seen those.
Yeah, they're good.
I might have even met Justin that day. I can't quite remember. But if I didn't, the people who were representing the brand made it feel like I met Justin. They were that great. And they gave me a free peanut butter cup, and I ate it, and they sold me on their brand right then and there, and I abandoned Reese's at that time. And they had an uphill battle. Like, they were taking on a very popular candy. This might actually be the inroad for them to take over. If there was ever a time where something would replace such an iconic brand, with this kind of fighting going on, they could become the superior peanut butter cup.
I mean, if we're recommending other peanut butter cups besides Reese's,
Talk to him.
If you have a Trader Joe's near you,
I was just gonna
Really?
say
the
that.
dark chocolate peanut butter cups are the best.
Really?
Peanut butter cups.
Oh, I know what those are.
They're
Yes.
The little tiny
Yes,
ones.
they make them in milk chocolate too, but
Yes.
the dark ones
And I love Reese's.
are the best.
And the flavor has changed, however. But yes, those Trader Joe ones are amazing.
Well, who would have ever thought that we'd get to live in the era where there'd actually be a chance that another peanut butter cup could take the number one spot? This is a wild time we're in.
It's a gutsy move to go up against Big Peanut Butter Cup.
and that's literally the only thing we should be talking about. There's nothing else
Nothing
going on
else.
in the world.
Nothing else going on.
That's why I brought it up.
Yeah,
I'm like,
thank you.
whoa.
Thank you for this. You're doing a service.
I don't know about you, but this feels like an invitation I can't refuse.
What invitation is that, TJ?
There was a press release that came out from Burger King, and they're saying they're giving guests direct access to share feedback with their president. The guy's name is Tom Curtis, and they put his phone number right here in the press release.
His phone number or his Google number?
I don't know. They say you could share thoughts on your Burger King experience. Tom will personally take as many daily calls as possible, and every message received will be reviewed and responded to, helping to inform decisions across the business. Okay.
Man, I feel for Tom's secretary.
Sold.
She's like getting all these calls. Like, what?
Okay. I just put his
Hey there,
number.
it's Tom at Burger King. Really appreciate
Whoa,
you calling
hold
to
on.
share your thoughts on your BK experience
No,
or
no,
just
no.
on BK in
Hold on,
general.
let me hit that again. I literally just hit send on that call, and look how quick that picks up. Is he on DND?
It sounds
Hey
like
there,
it.
it's Tom
Yep.
at Burger King. Really appreciate you calling to
Yeah,
share
sounds like
your
a
thoughts
forwarding,
on your BK
number.
experience or just on BK in general.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Your feedback is really important to me, and
I'm gonna leave
we
it.
have tons of calls coming in right now, which is awesome. But it also means that I can't return every single call.
You better return
But I
ours.
will tell you this. We are looking at every single one, every single text, and listening to every single
Well,
voicemail.
you're gonna
So
hear this one.
Record your message after
Okay.
the beep, or you can text me at this number, and we're going to get back to you as soon as possible.
All right.
Thanks again, and have a great day. Bye now.
All right, here comes the message. Hey, Thomas. This is TJ, and I host the nationally syndicated The TJ Show. We're on in almost 120 cities, and I actually have a Burger King complaint. So, my friend Kenny here, say hi.
Hi.
Also, J-Bo's here too.
Good day.
His parents met at Burger King. And I've been waiting in a world with endless documentaries and Netflix shows. I've been waiting for someone to document this, even in a short film, Because it's a beautiful love story. They're still together?
They are for almost 50 years now, and they met when they were 16 years old working at Burger King in Jersey City, New Jersey. The Have It Your Way song was a lullaby in my house when I was a baby.
Yeah. So, J-Bo, do you agree it's a story here?
It's a story because growing up, Kenny wasn't allowed to eat anywhere else, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. He can only eat at Burger King.
No mention of the guy with the red hair.
Nope.
Right.
Not at
that
all.
never even came up. So, if you could get back to us, you can email us hello@thetjshow.com. We'd like to have you on the show and find out what's happening here while you're giving your phone number out there, and just connect, okay? Thank you very much for your time, and look forward to hearing back from you. All right, so there you go. We left a message. We'll see if he gets back
that
to
went
us.
out into the void. Like there was no beep. There was no one to say, if you're done with your message, hit 1. Or if you want to start over, hit 2.
Yeah.
I hope he actually gets it.
I hope so, too. Well, we're going to find out. We left the email there. And Kenny, would your parents, I probably should have asked them, would they want to be in a documentary?
Yeah.
They would, right?
Yeah. Wanting attention runs in the family.
It's a meaty love story. It's so beautiful.
Hold the pickles, hold the lettuce, special orders, don't upset us.
Yeah. If you've ever wondered what it's like to have an Italian mother, well, you're going to feel it right now. I had a conversation with my mom. She was on a little vacation. They were spending some time in Florida.
Nice.
And apparently, my dad liked this Italian restaurant that they went to a little too much. Now, why could a person like an Italian restaurant too much? Well, allow this to explain. This is a conversation I had with my mom. You're home?
Yeah, I'm home.
You said you went to a restaurant?
Yeah,
The Italian restaurant?
yeah.
What was wrong with the Italian restaurant?
I don't know. I mean, no, Dad, he makes it sound like it was like the best thing, but it gave me agita.
So my dad said it was the best thing.
It wasn't, I mean, it was good for down there, but their food isn't.
Not a fan of the Florida food. Just not going to the right places, in my opinion.
He says things like, "Oh, it's the best meatballs and sausage I ever made." It's like, is he kidding me?
Because she makes meatballs and sausage. And she's known for her meatballs and sausage.
When I make meatballs, do you like my meatballs and sausage?
Yeah, I do. You make the best ones.
Yeah, thanks.
That's what she wanted to hear, by the way, from my dad.
Of course.
I guess I'm glad that you think so. Because apparently your father doesn't think so.
What, he likes the restaurant better?
Yeah, he acted like it was the best thing he ever ate. Like bizarre.
It's better than yours, you mean? I'm sure the restaurant loved this.
No, those are fighting words.
I don't think so. He likes to be irritating.
Well, I like your
I don't
meatballs.
care. Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I mean, I just had to double down on that.
But she wanted to hear it from her husband, not from her son. I mean, it's sweet, but she's like, are you kidding me? She's cooked for that man for years, and he likes meatballs from another place?
Well, but what if they're good? What if they're better?
No, there's no way.
No, I have an Italian mother as well, and I would never, ever say that I like someone else's meatballs more than hers.
Even if you did.
So even if I did, I would
Yeah, you
never
wouldn't do
say
that,
it out loud.
yeah.
I wouldn't even think it, honestly.
Well, you and my
She'd
mom
know.
would get along great. You do get along great.
And I'm sure I've never had your mother's meatballs, but I'm sure they are
They're
the
the best.
second best.
The second-
because
Well,
my
hey,
mom's is the first best.
you better
See?
watch out.
She's smart.
Did you ever have anything like that? Any weird dances you had to do?
I never told my mother that somebody else's food was better, but I've told other people that my mom's food was better. Like I went to my cousin's house and his wife cooked. She made some macaroni salad. And she's like, do you like it? And I was like, yeah, it's good, but my mom's is better.
Yep.
So you say that even when she's not there?
Yeah, because it's true. Her macaroni salad is amazing.
My mom is really proud of her chocolate chip cookies. Like, I would never say, hey, TJ's wife Jess makes the best chocolate chip cookies, because my mom would get offended. But my mom only makes Toll House chocolate chip cookies.
So out of a box?
Out of the container, out of the
But
roll.
it's hers.
All right.
So pre-made dough.
I make the best chocolate chip cookies, don't I?
Well, Toll House does.
You and Toll House. And
Stop
Nestle.
lying to your mom. I feel like I need to submit Kenny for some sort of an award over this.
Alrighty.
This is remarkable producing, Kenny.
Thank you.
Very good job. I made a request that we get this professor from the University of Maryland on the show. This is the guy who has developed this smart underwear. It's a little sensor that you put inside of your underwear, and it tracks a human's gas emissions. The hope is to learn more about what's going on in our gut. And we read the story earlier in the week, and I just kind of put a dream out there. I said, could we get this man on our show? And Kenny, the champion that you are, he will be on the show in less than an hour. Brantley Hall is his name. This is the professor from the University of Maryland.
That's right.
I have so many questions. One of the big ones that I have is, will this hit the market? Like, is this going to be something that all of us have access to? The other big one is we need to find out, will they allow Kenny to be a part of the study? And so I've been keeping notes on this. Every time a question comes to mind, I put it into my little journal, and we're going to ask as many questions as we can get to. It's happening on the show today, Brantley Hall.
It is weird because in my email to him, I asked if I could volunteer to be a part of the study.
Right, I know, we know that.
Completely ignored the
I know,
question.
you mentioned, yes, I know, that's why it's a question in my book. And you know,
Maybe he thought you were joking. So it's going to be
I'm not
for the
joking.
doubt.
There's nothing funny about this.
The good news is we're getting to the bottom of it today. All right? Getting to the bottom of the pants today.
Yep.
And
Into my
let me
bottom.
just say, and I'm not saying this as a brag, but I've had some really great experiences in my radio career, including one that comes to mind. Do you know that I was in a room with Ed Sheeran, one-on-one, alone, with him and his acoustic guitar? I did a one-on-one interview with him. I am actually more excited about this interview today with Brantley Hall than that.
I'm sure Ed doesn't care. I'm sure he's happy for you.
Oh, no, he would be proud of me.
Yeah, he would.
Because he's that kind of guy. He's very cool. Also, again, I don't ever talk about the celebrities that I've been around. It's not what I do. As a matter of fact, I worked in an environment where the biggest superstars were coming up on a regular basis. I never asked for a picture with one of them. If it was a group shot and I was forced to jump in, I would do it. But I wanted to seem cool, and I didn't want to bother them because they're just people.
So now all you have is stories and no proof.
Right, exactly.
I don't believe you.
But here's another real story. I was on a show. We interviewed Taylor Swift. Okay, she came in. She signed an autograph to me directly. I'm more excited about Brantley Hall today, the professor, than that moment with Taylor Swift. And to prove it, I had that picture on my wall in my studio for many years. I found out I had this doctor that I went to. This was in New York City. And he told me his son was a big fan of Taylor Swift. I said, I have something. She wrote an autograph to me. It says my name on it. Is it okay? I'll be happy to give it to your son. And he freaked out. He almost passed out. And he said, well, it just so happens that my son's name is DJ. And I said, I know, but she wrote it to TJ. And he said, no, that's fine. I'll still take it. So the next time I went to see that doctor, I gave him the thing. And he went from medical professional to goofy dad.
Oh,
he looked
fun.
like I gave him a gold bar. He ran out of the room and put it someplace safe and then came back to finish my appointment.
That's cool.
I'm more excited about Brantley Hall than all of that today. So the man who developed the smart underwear, it's coming up. You better believe this is going to be great radio. It's the reason why we do this show. And it's coming up less than an hour away on the TJ Show.
LinkedIn is pretty great at a lot of things, like helping you tap into the latest trends and insights in your field. We cannot stop your coworker from tapping her pencil. LinkedIn can help you find new jobs that align with your career goals. We cannot help you find the source of that weird smell in the office fridge. Ew. And while we can't stop your coworkers from bringing their hobbies into the office, LinkedIn can help you bring your career to the next level. LinkedIn is the network that works for you.
Dripping in gold? That's cool. Dripping in Velveeta's supremely creamy golden cheesiness? That's respect. Elevate your drip with Velveeta's range of outrageously delicious dips and dishes. Shells, cheese, melty blocks, and heat and eat queso that go all in on indulgence. Flex on your fam with a creamy, cheesy masterpiece and go all in on what you love with Velveeta. Respect the drip and satisfy your cravings. Bring home the drip with Velveeta.
This is the TJ Show. I don't know why it feels this way, but I kind of feel like we've got a superstar on the phone. Is that you, Professor Brantley Hall?
Yes, it is.
Brantley Hall, you are the guy who is working at the University of Maryland. We've been reading your work. You have developed smart underwear, and you are tracking the emissions in people's underpants. And you're doing this because you're trying to find out what's going on in people's guts. It's very interesting. We're going to talk about all that because you've made it big-time headline news across the nation and back. First of all, thank you for gracing us with your presence.
You're welcome. Happy to be here.
How do you get into this line of work? Are you a teacher for gastroenterology? What is your thing right now?
Yeah, great question. So I'm a professor at the University of Maryland, and I do teach some classes, but my main job is to be a scientist, and I have a lab. And so I'm a microbiologist by training, and we're studying gut microbial metabolism. And so that's how we got into it. We're actually trying to better understand what the microbes are up to in your gut.
Okay. So I am very impressed with this unique idea that you came up with to track people's emissions, their gas that they're passing in their underpants. Do you think at some point this little device that goes inside of people's underpants, will that be sold for the general public?
I really hope so in the future. I think that there's a huge opportunity for people to examine their flatus patterns to see how what they're eating affects how they feel, and so they can make better choices. And I think there's a huge gap in our understanding of how we can more comfortably eat healthy high-fiber diets. Right now, most people don't eat enough fiber, but they're discouraged from eating too much fiber by how gassy they feel afterwards. So I'm really, really interested in studying how we can better transition from a low to high fiber diet and help people eat more comfortably. So I would absolutely love for this to be sold to the general public in the future.
So are you the inventor of this device? Do you get the credit?
I am, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, and like in this world with all these smartwatches and everything being tracked, I could see, even if people just thought it was funny, I could see people buying it because people want everything they have tracked.
Exactly. I strongly agree.
You know, I would love to see a collaboration with you and Raisin Bran. Have you seen the commercial with William Shatner? And they talk about how people don't consume enough fiber. I mean, that can go hand in hand. Like, that would be a dream collab right there.
That's a great suggestion. I've not seen the commercial, but I'm going to have to look it up now.
Do you have to get this approved by someone at the University of Maryland? Like, do you have to pitch this idea and say, we're going to be spending some money on this, developing it? Or do they give you free reign to just develop whatever you want and experiment however you want?
It's a great question. For the money-wise, we have pretty free reign about the research topics. But for working with human subjects, we have to go and have everything approved by our Institutional Review Board, or IRB. So this project is registered on clinicaltrials.gov and approved by people who are experts in making sure that clinical trials are safe.
Are you getting the data delivered from people's underpants into like a spreadsheet? How do you retrieve the data? Do you have to fish the little device out of their pants?
You know, at first we had to have them bring it back, but now it's all remote. So there's an app on people's phones, and it uploads like a Fitbit, so over Bluetooth, and then their phone transmits the data to us. So we get all the data back remotely.
And so the gas doesn't interfere with the Bluetooth?
It doesn't.
Okay.
And yeah.
To my understanding, you guys put out a press release at the University of Maryland. And part of the reason why you did that was because you were looking for people to be willing to experiment with this device. How much response have you gotten to that?
In the first week we've launched, more than 3,200 people have taken our eligibility survey to sign up for the Human Flatus Atlas. So the response has been overwhelming. Thank you to everyone who signed up.
Yeah. Well, and we were talking about it on our national radio show because we're intrigued by this. Question for you, not that I'm asking for a special favor, but from what I know of our producer Kenny over here, he's an expert at passing gas and does it freely and would like to learn more. Could he potentially get in on your study and be one of the subjects?
Absolutely. I can send you guys several devices if you want to. Just let me know the number.
Really?
Okay. I'm down.
Okay. Is there anything that we would have to know or do?
I'll follow up via email. You have to sign the consent form and everything, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've been told I deserve to be studied by several people in my life. And yeah, I think this is a great first step.
Great. Okay, well, it's that easy. Awesome. So you guys are connected, right?
Yeah, I'll reach out to the good professor after we finish up.
I'm blown away by this.
Yeah, that's great. Man. I'm very impressed. Brantley Hall, you've done great work. Every little boy's dream, actually, I think, is what you're living right now. You've turned this study into a profession. I'm impressed by it. I know my brother is, too. Mentioned it to him. He's a guy who's also an expert, maybe even more so than
You should
Kenny.
get a device for your brother.
Yeah, it might melt it. But Brantley, it's great to be connected with you. And can we get you on the show when you get all the results?
Absolutely. We'll be able to see the whole spectrum of human flatulence.
Great. I love it. Brantley Hall. This is the TJ Show, our news. It sounds different around here. Kenny reads through every story he can find, and then he brings us the most interesting ones. Kenny, what's happening on the planet today?
I saw this article on chowhound.com. It's pretty much a PSA to consumers. You know how if you go to a restaurant and you get the bill and the bill has at the bottom suggested tip amounts, they do the math for you?
Yeah, now in today's world, they've got the screen. And
that happens too.
They predetermine the tip. Would you like to, you notice they put 22% first.
Yeah,
all of
it's
a sudden.
insane. Yeah.
Used to go, 10%, 15, 20. Now it's 22.
Now it's 22.
20, 18.
Yeah. I'm like, hold on a minute.
Yeah, whatever percentages they try to show you, it turns out many of them are trying to get one over on the consumers by using that percentage, including the tax onto the bill, when in reality you should only be tipping on the food and service pre-tax. So in many cases, let's say it's a 7% sales tax, that's being added to the bill, then it's 20% on top of that. So you're paying a little extra.
You think most are doing that?
Well, it's just a couple of restaurants, some are named, I'm not going to mention them here. It's just something I think we should keep an eye out for on the receipt.
Maybe they didn't realize it. Could have been an oversight.
Maybe.
I
You
would
playing devil's advocate. It's so annoying sometimes.
Well, I wonder if there's a number of like how much did they make above what they should have made because it's been that way for like who knows how many years.
And somebody just now like pointed it out.
Yeah, we don't have those exact numbers, but something to keep your eye out for. I know I always appreciate seeing those suggested tips, but now I'm going to think twice about, not using my brain to do the math myself.
It's good to do math equations. My daughter needed help with her 5th grade math homework. I actually felt proud of myself that I know what to do.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it was right on paper, too. No calculator.
Good for you.
Just my brain.
Good job.
Kenny, what else you got?
There is a landmark social media trial happening in Los Angeles where essentially you have the plaintiffs accusing social media platforms like Meta and YouTube of deliberately designing social media products to addict children and teens. Yesterday, Mark Zuckerberg took the stand in this trial, and he was grilled, to say the least.
It seems that way. Kids love their social media.
Right, so do adults.
Right. It just seems like they figured out a way to get human beings to constantly want more.
Right.
Are they saying that's not the case?
Well, for instance, the lawyer for the plaintiff is bringing up this internal document that showed Meta knew about 30% of U.S. 10 to 12-year-olds were already using Instagram as early as 2015, and that the company aimed to increase the time those users spent on the platform.
Wow.
When asked about this document, Mark Zuckerberg said, "I don't remember the context of this email from 10 years ago."
Well, Mark, this is a good question. Do you want kids to be using the internet at the rate that they're using it?
Why would we want to make billions of dollars? It doesn't make sense.
Well, that is a good question.
You could make $1 million, or maybe even a couple $100,000,
and have a good living.
The money's just finding us. We don't want to make the money,
right? And that's
it's just
generally
happening.
When we've been hearing the aura around billionaires, which has been a conversation recently, that is generally the feeling you get. Like they just want to make a decent living. They just want to be able to feed their family. Yeah. They're not trying to make excessive amounts of money.
I think you're confusing them with the common person. Like we're trying to feed our family. We're trying to make a decent living.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I've been misreading that.
Don't blame me that my company is worth $1 trillion. It's not my fault. I didn't do it.
Right. It's by
don't want
accident.
It just happened all of a sudden by itself.
All right. Well, listen, the trial's going to play out, and we'll see where it goes.
Well, an actual quote that Mark Zuckerberg said, he said, "I think the way we should build things is to build useful services for people to connect with their family and friends and to learn about the world."
He's serving the community.
That's all he wants.
That was my feeling.
He doesn't want to make money with this.
There's so many articles and scientific proof about how social media plays a role on the mind and on us as humans. And also, if you really want to have your mind blown, I want you to check out The Social Dilemma on Netflix. It literally is a documentary exposing how social is used and how, this is intentional, the way it operates.
Well, let's see how this plays out. Maybe they got that wrong. So, Zuck seems like a nice guy.
I am rubber and you are glue, and whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you.
Yeah, and maybe
TJ's
he's
just chicken right now.
He might just be getting
chicken, TJ.
bullied. And, I'm just going to think about both sides of the argument.
All right.
Kenny, what else do you have?
There's a new study from Consumer Reports that's ranking the least expensive grocery chains in the United States.
Okay.
Ooh, I like this.
Hit me with it.
You should know. It's Costco, obviously.
The big C.
I did. I just wanted to hear you say it. It is a magical experience. I actually consider it a part of my decompression because it feels like, I know people think it's stressful because there's a lot of people.
I find it stressful.
But they've even got that figured out because I got into a really long line, which would always bother me, but now I do it with confidence. The second the line gets long, a woman that works at Costco comes over. She's wearing a ring, and the ring can scan your groceries, and she goes and scans your whole cart. She goes, do you want a little pre-scan? I was like, yeah, of course I do. And she got a beep, 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 beep. She goes, just scan your card. I go through, I don't even have to unpack the cart. I hope for long lines now because they pre-scan everything, they count it, they're very good at counting there, and then they push me right through. And it's amazing. I never have to wait. It's remarkable.
No, that's not why they're the cheapest store, but that's pretty great.
That's why they're wonderful.
Yeah. Well,
exactly.
Listen, I could be a pitch man for Costco.
You could.
And,
you are.
Well, yeah, I guess I have turned into one. But I use my my vanilla example. So you go to your regular store and you buy vanilla. If you do the math, they sell this. It almost looks like a liter of vanilla. Like it's such a huge amount. And my wife bakes all the time for $10. Have you seen how much it costs for vanilla?
Yeah. I mean, if you have a big family and you need to buy a lot of items, Costco is definitely the biggest bang for your buck. But if it's just you probably shouldn't go to Costco because you will spend way more than you need to.
Well, sure, but don't you want vanilla for 6 years in your cupboard?
Probably not.
No? All right.
No.
Well, I guess you and I are different on that one.
Yeah, so Walmart is considered the country's largest grocery retailer, so they use Walmart prices as a baseline, and on average, groceries at Costco were 21.4% less than Walmart. The reason is because of the whole-scale bulk buying model and the limited product selection. They have about 4,000 items in store compared to 30,000 at a typical supermarket.
Well, there you go. Now we know. Kenny, what else you got?
Are you familiar with the 777 rule when it comes to relationships?
I feel like I've heard about it, but I can't remember the details.
What is it?
The idea is for couples to spend consistent, intentional time together. So the 777 rule applies to couples should go on a date every 7 days.
I'm in.
Take a weekend trip every 7 weeks.
I'm in.
And go on a longer vacation every 7 months.
I'm in.
Yeah, no, we're behind on all those.
Well, yeah, I'm behind on it, but in theory, it sounds like a great idea to me. Because I love when I'm doing all that stuff.
Yeah, well, make it an intentional part of your relationship.
Kenny, what else you got?
You've probably heard that there is an increased demand for what's known as rare earth minerals. These are the materials used to make, for instance, electric car batteries. And traditional mining efforts are very inefficient. So scientists have developed a way to use fungus, mushrooms, to mine for these rare earth minerals.
So people are teaming up with mushrooms?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Are we in Super Mario Brothers?
I like it.
might be
What is
getting there.
happening with our planet?
Yeah, it's really cool. So the mycelia, that's the type of fungus, is able to penetrate soil and absorb nutrients, heavy metals, and rare earth elements.
Wait, it's absorbing the metals?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. So if you plant the right mushroom, it like gets the gold or whatever it is.
You can't see what's happening here, but when Kenny said yes, he like moved his arms in a way where he was like, yes. Like he was like
I'm excited.
Yeah, he was excited. Like threw him in the air.
Yeah. If I knew those weird, like every once in a while a mushroom will pop up, and from what I understand, if I were to eat it out of the ground, it would probably kill me. That's how dangerous these mushrooms can be. But if they're searching for gold and I just break them apart and it's like inside of it, how cool would that be? It'd be like finding like a clam with a pearl in it.
Yeah, it's not gold, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yes?
I was at a concert once and this dude gave me mushrooms, and at the end of the night, I was searching for rare earth minerals.
Were you really?
Yeah, it was very weird.
There's so much mystery with mushrooms because you may remember, I got to find this audio.
Find any.
Can we hunt the audio
That's a
down?
bummer.
This was from like over 3 years ago. My friend Shane, who knows a ton about mushrooms, he somehow expressed to me, if I remember this correctly, he started eating meat again because he eats mushrooms. And I was like, okay, what's the connection? He was like, well, if I'm going to eat mushrooms, I might as well eat animals. And I was like blown away. It was one of the weirdest things I've ever heard. But I think we interviewed him about that. And we're going to look for that audio. If I find it, we'll get it on in a few moments.
Yeah, we should. That'd be good.
And I think what's really cool about this is a lot of these rare earth minerals are found in contaminated places that are hazardous to humans. These fungi can grow in these hazardous areas.
Nice.
So it's safer for humans and more efficient.
It's very complex. Kenny, what else do you have?
A federal judge has thrown out a lawsuit against Buffalo Wild Wings. The plaintiff claimed false advertising because their menu described boneless wings, when indeed there isn't any wing meat in the boneless wings.
Okay. I think we've been down this road. Somebody tried to do this once before.
Yeah,
I'm assuming they would have thrown that out.
A 2024 case at the Ohio Supreme Court, and that was referenced in this particular case to the judge, compared it to, if you order chicken fingers, do you think you're actually eating the fingers of chickens?
Right, and we know that boneless wings are just chicken nuggets.
It's chicken breast.
Yeah, it's chicken breast.
They're so good. Why would you eat that and then get angry and start a lawsuit? Like, just enjoy it.
Yeah.
With the spice on it. It's lovely.
Don't come after my B-dubs. Buffalo Wild Wings is a wonderful place.
Yeah, I've never been. I think it's time.
You would love it. There are so many sauces to choose from.
Thank you for letting me know. Kenny, thanks for keeping us somewhat informed.
That's what's happening.
Got a message here.
Hey, good buddies. Anyways, I'm going to jump on the 10 fish bandwagon here.
Oh, boy.
Do you realize that you can get 10 beef, you can get 10 pork, you can get 10 hamburger meat?
I didn't know any of that. That all sounds terrible to me.
I know that you can get 10 chicken, and I'm down for that, and I like my tuna fish, but I didn't know about the other things.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel nauseous. I told you I would not bring up tin fish again. Yesterday was the last time, and look at what's happened here.
And also, you can even get a 10 rotties if you wanted to. So maybe you should look into that. Break up your diet a little bit. Just thought I'd throw that in there and see if you wanted to give that a shot. You guys take care of yourself. Bye!
Hey, Wally in Oklahoma, thank you for that. We appreciate you.
Take care of yourself as well.
I'm trying to stop talking about tinned fish. And if you're wondering, you're listening for the first time, what the heck is that? You know, it's like the little fish in the cans, the sardines. But we did get an email yesterday, and this is from Debbie. It says, hey, crew, this is Debbie in the Pensacola area. Now, Jabo, please don't be mad at me, but I'm bringing it up.
Here we go.
After receiving some bad news yesterday about my cousin, listening to TJ's kids protesting him eating sardines in the kitchen took my mind off of it for a few moments. I was actually laughing at y'all and TJ's family while driving to work. Sardines are the worst. They smell nasty, but actually a good source of omegas and protein. You would not catch me eating them. I just want to thank you all for giving me a few moments to laugh and hear about the protest. The final time for this subject. Sorry, not sorry for bringing it up. I love you all. Listen every chance I get. Take care of your friend in the South, Debbie. Oh, well, thank you, Debbie.
Oh, thank you, Debbie.
And I'm sorry to hear about what you're going through.
Yes, ma'am.
With your family, and hoping that there's peace there somehow. And
comfort.
Yeah, and it's beyond my kids protesting what I'm eating for dinner.
Yeah.
Let's check in with Nikki in Hollywood, South Carolina. Nikki, what kind of work do you do?
I pet sit and I cook for elderly people.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, isn't it the greatest thing? And I'm sure you know this. Once you find someone trustworthy who could take care of your home or animals, that's like the golden find.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm not one of those dummies that's like, oh, I walked in the house and there's 3 inches of water on the floor. Oh, well, that doesn't pertain to the dog, so let me just walk through that and walk the dog. You know, I've had, major catastrophes happen when I'm at someone's house, and I'm like, what do you want me to do here?
Yeah, you take ownership, responsibility at least, to do something about it.
Absolutely.
Well, it's great to know a Nikki. That's cool.
Yeah.
What do you like better, taking care of the dogs or feeding the elderly, or both?
I kind of cross them over. Like, I'm cooking for a gentleman today, and he lives down on Edisto Beach. He's 89, and he really, really wants a dog, but he can't take care of a dog. So every time I go down, I bring a different dog with me.
Oh my gosh, it's so great. That's awesome.
When I deliver his food. Yeah, no, it is.
Oh, I'm sure he loves that. The dog loves going for a ride and maybe getting a little nibble of the food. I don't know. I'm not going to tell, but that's so awesome.
Yeah.
What is the most impactful thing or something that comes to mind from hanging around someone who's almost 90? You know, in like our world, it's very easy to ignore people who are older. It happens all the time. But you're around the older generation often. You must be getting something out of that.
Yes. And I take him, you know, to his dermatologist and his eye doctor, and because he can't drive very far. You just really, they do have memory issues, and he's told me the same story probably 150 times, and every time he tells me, I act surprised.
That's good. That's good. That's
you know,
helpful.
just so that he doesn't think he's losing his junk, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And also telling that person, like, oh, I've heard this already, or I remember that. That doesn't help. That just makes them frustrated and agitated.
No, it does. It totally makes them frustrated.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, Nikki, keep doing the great work you're doing. It's always awesome to hear from you.
Thank you.
And you have an amazing day.
You have an even more amazing day.
You're great, Nikki. You take care.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye. J-Bo,
What's up, TJ?
can I pry into your business for a moment?
You pry into my business, Heather's business, Kenny's business. I think it's time we pry into your business.
Well, hold on. But first, so I'm on social media yesterday, and I hate that I'm on it to begin with.
Yeah,
But,
only you can control that.
right. Well, sort of. I have a hard time controlling it sometimes. And one of the accounts that I follow, of course, is at TJ Podcast, which is our Instagram account.
Okay.
And I noticed you posted some interesting videos, a couple peeks into your closet.
I did a story time with J-Bo yesterday on our stories. It's still up. You can check it out.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Thanks.
And I saw into your magical shoe closet
Yeah.
where you have, over 100 pairs of shoes.
Yes. As a sneaker collector, yes.
Something caught my attention. First of all, I like how you stack the boxes and then you have the shoe on top of the box. Like it's almost a little showcase in your closet.
Yeah, those are the ones that don't have boxes.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
So I noticed that one of the shoes that you had on display that didn't have a box was the same exact shoe that you gave to my wife, Jess.
That
which
is the shoe I gave your wife, Jess.
Okay, so first of all, my favorite pair of shoes that my wife has is that pair of shoes. What is that pair of shoes? It's a Nike something.
Yeah, it's Jordan 1. It's multicolor. It's a Jordan 1 high.
It's really cool, and it's got like all these different textures. And you gave it to my wife, Jess, and like she looks hot in your shoes.
And she looks great when
I'm a
she
big
wears
fan.
them. Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
You're
and
welcome.
she loves it too. But I was shocked to see that you seemingly had a duplicate pair of the same shoe.
Oh, no, it's not duplicate.
It's not the same?
No, it's not the same. No. So the story time, it takes you from, it's pretty much a timeline. It takes you from the time where I had that shoe. So I created that video from that time.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that is the actual shoe.
That is the actual shoe.
Interesting. Okay, good. Because I was like, wow, did you buy duplicate pairs? And it's something that I've thought about that. When I find a good pair of shoes, I've learned now I need to just buy multiple pairs and work through them over time. Do you ever do that?
Have I ever doubled up?
Where,
I
like,
think I doubled up one time and then realized like I don't need to double up. But some people do double up.
Yeah, because like there's a pair of Nikes that I love that have gotten so dirty. And they're just gone now. Like I can't find them.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
So the only way I could get them is if I went to the secondhand market, spent a bunch of money on them.
Yeah.
And what bothers me so much is that I remember they were on sale. I could have just bought 5 pairs of shoes, same one, and just blow through them over the course of 5 years.
Yeah, and some people do that.
Yeah, is that a thing?
Yeah, I have a friend of mine who he will buy a brand new pair of Air Force One lows, whites, like probably every 2 to 3 months because he refuses, which I think is ridiculous, but he refuses because they're a pair of white sneakers. He refuses to re-wear them multiple times because the bottom gets so black from walking on the floors and stuff
They're
like
shoes.
that. They're shoes, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, so people do that.
Yeah, well, I'm so grateful that I've paid attention to shoes in the way that I do. It's because of you. I never thought about shoes in this way. So thank you, J-Bo.
Well, you're welcome. And no, I did not double up on that. That is the
good
actual
to know.
pair.
Good to know. I was like inspired for a moment, but I'm still inspired. And you can follow us anytime at TJ Podcast on Instagram.